Ever get the feeling that, like, those who hesitate, those who aren't quite ruthless enough, they just don't seem to make it to the top?
Yeah.
We're diving into that whole crush or be crushed idea today.
Oh.
We're using Robert Greene's Law 15 from the 48 Laws of Power.
Okay.
Crush your enemy. Totally.
Uh-huh.
I know, intense, right?
Yeah.
But Greene, he isn't saying we should just go around, like, picking fights to obliterate everyone.
Right.
He's saying something a lot more strategic.
Okay.
He says that for people in power, letting a defeated enemy survive, it's like leaving embers after a fire.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time before those embers, they reignite,
And then what happens?
become a much bigger problem.
Right, and he actually takes it a step further. He compares those remnants to a disease
Oh, wow.
that can come back even stronger. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
Kind of unsettling.
Yeah.
Challenges our sense of fairness and forgiveness, you know.
Absolutely. It really
Yeah.
does. It's like that saying, if you strike the king, you better kill the king.
Right.
Greene's arguing that even leaving a little opportunity for revenge, it's a big mistake in the game of power. So to really see this in action, let's rewind way back
Okay.
to ancient China.
Okay.
We're going to look at Xiang Yu and Liu Bang.
Okay.
These two powerful generals, they were fighting for control of China.
Oh, wow.
And it's the perfect example of what happens when you underestimate just how resilient your opponent is.
Okay.
So we've got Xiang Yu, classic warrior,
Okay.
powerful, impulsive, driven by honor. Then you've got Liu Bang,
Okay.
shrewd strategist, understood winning wasn't always about brute force,
Right. Right.
knew how to play the long game.
Yeah.
But here's where it gets interesting.
Yeah.
There were several times where Xiang Yu had Liu Bang totally cornered, defeated, practically begging for mercy.
Oh, wow.
But he showed compassion,
He let him go.
gave him just enough room to escape.
Oh.
And those moments, they would end up costing Xiang Yu everything.
Yeah, how so?
He let Liu Bang live, regroup, and eventually come back even stronger and take control. It's a classic example of how, compassion can be a fatal miscalculation when you're in a ruthless game of power.
Wow.
There's one example that really gets me, the banquet betrayal.
Okay.
So Xiang Yu, feeling very confident, he invites Liu Bang to a feast.
Okay.
Celebration, right?
Yeah.
But he's secretly planning this elaborate thing to take him out during a sword dance.
Oh, wow.
Can you imagine the tension?
Oh, yeah.
But then, right as he's about to strike, Xiang Yu hesitates.
Oh, no.
His sense of honor, wanting a noble victory, it clouds his judgment.
Wow.
And Liu Bang, he gets away.
Because of that?
Yeah, and that wasn't even the only time. Later on, Xiang Yu captures Liu Bang's father.
Oh, no.
He wants to use him as leverage, but instead of, taking advantage, he lets the dad go free.
He just let him go.
Maybe he was trying to appeal to Liu Bang's sense of family, filial piety.
Oh.
But what he doesn't get is that for Liu Bang, sentimentality has no place in this fight for power.
It's like they're playing two different games.
It's like Xiang Yu is playing checkers and Liu Bang's playing chess, always thinking several moves ahead.
Exactly.
And this is a key takeaway from all of this.
Okay.
Any competitive thing, a battle for a throne, or even just a negotiation,
Right.
understanding your opponent's mindset, it's just as important as any strategy.
Wow. Yeah, he really understood that. Xiang Yu's misjudgment, it actually helped Liu Bang become the first emperor of the Han dynasty.
Wow.
It really makes you think. Sometimes showing mercy, it's basically like you're handing your opponent a weapon.
It really is. Okay, so Xiang Yu, he's a cautionary tale, right?
Right.
But now we're going to look at what happens when you really go all in on this idea of crush your enemy. Totally.
Okay.
Empress Wu.
Okay.
She rose from the emperor's harem to become the first female emperor of China.
Wow.
Talk about a masterclass in seizing power when the world's trying to hold you back, right?
It's incredible, and you have to remember what she was up against. Empress Wu, she was in a system where women, they were completely marginalized.
Right, yeah.
So being ruthless, it wasn't like an optional strategy for her. It was how she survived,
Right.
how she even got to exist in that world.
And she didn't just survive, she thrived. Imagine challenging that system, a whole patriarchal dynasty, and winning.
Wow.
But to get there, she made some absolutely ruthless moves.
Oh, what kind of moves?
So one of the things that really stands out, she was willing to eliminate any threat,
Okay.
even in her own family. So, for example, she orchestrated the death of her own newborn child
What?
to frame the empress, her biggest rival.
Oh my gosh.
I know. Brutal. But it shows you how she thought. Sometimes, Even the most important relationships, you have to be willing to sacrifice them for power.
That's cold.
It is. And it didn't stop there.
Oh.
When her sons, they started to maybe possibly challenge her,
What'd you do?
gone.
No way.
She consolidated her power, sent a message, which was cross me and you'll regret it.
Wow. You could say that's monstrous.
Yeah, you could. But here's the thing. Empress Wu, she also managed to rule pretty well.
Yeah.
It was stable. It was prosperous.
Really?
So it makes you think, right?
Yeah.
When we're talking about leaders, can we separate how effective they are from the things they did to get there?
That's a tough one.
Isn't it? It's almost like that Machiavelli question, but a little darker.
What do you mean?
Better to be feared or loved. But Empress Wu, people feared her.
Right.
But a lot of them, they admired her too.
That is so interesting.
It is.
Because she was playing both sides.
She was. She really understood how people saw her. She knew ruthlessness if you used it right.
Yeah.
And made it look like politics. It wasn't just about survival. It was about becoming dominant.
Wow. So what can we learn from her?
Empress Wu shows us ruthlessness. It's a tool. It can be used for terrible things. Or it can be used to break down the old ways, build something new. It's amazing though, right? How different those two leaders were in how they approached power.
Totally.
But before we all go full crush everyone mode,
Right.
Green throws us a curveball.
He does. What's that?
The reversal.
The reversal. Okay.
It's like he's saying ruthlessness. Yeah, that's the main course. But mercy, that's dessert if you play it right.
Okay, I like that analogy. So what's he getting at?
The reversal, it makes us think, are there times when letting an enemy off easy, seeming merciful is actually the smarter move?
Interesting. So not about being nice, but more like strategic with your niceness.
Exactly. It's realizing that an enemy who's totally humiliated, totally defeated, they might be more dangerous than one who thinks, hey, I got a second chance.
Oh, because they won't risk losing that again.
Yeah, you're playing the long game, making them doubt, making them wonder if they'll be that lucky twice.
Okay, I'm seeing it. But that takes some serious judgment, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Knowing when someone's actually down for the count or just waiting for their chance to jump back in.
Exactly. It's like they say, keep your friends close, but your enemies, keep them closer.
Right. If you're going to show mercy, you better be sure it won't bite you later.
For sure. And history's full of examples where mercy backfired big time.
Yeah, like what?
The Treaty of Versailles after World War I.
Oh, right.
Maybe their hearts were in the right place, but those harsh terms on Germany,
Yeah, what about it?
it just created resentment, and we know what happened there.
It's true. Even the best plans can go wrong if you don't really think about what might happen as a result.
Totally.
Yeah.
And it all comes back to knowing your opponent. What are they thinking? What are they going to do next? Mercy can be tricky.
So true.
So we've gone deep on this crush or be crushed idea. What's the one thing people should take away from it?
It's not about a right answer every time. That's what Green's telling us with Law 15 and the reversal. It's not black and white. It's about being flexible, thinking strategically, and really being aware of what might happen because of our choices.
You hit the nail on the head. So next time you're up against a rival at work, in your creative life, even personally, remember what we talked about.
Those embers.
Exactly. Sometimes you got to stomp them out, and sometimes you got to let them cool down on their own.
I love that. Until next time.
Keep thinking, keep asking questions, and as always, happy learning.